Hi everyone, it's Thursday evening and it is time for Art Outside of the Box with me, Miss Judy. I've got a kind of a fun, silly project today. It's a little bit on the funky side. I think you all know that I like pop art quite a bit. And I like food quite a bit. And I like tacos quite a bit. So I decided I was inspired by a pop artist that does a lot of big sculptures all over the place of ice cream cones and french fries and giant food things. And I thought, well, why can't we just make a taco out of paper? My very own paper sculpture. This was easy and it was fun and it's bright and colorful. And I think you might have everything you need to make this at home. So stay tuned and we will get right to it. Okay, like I said, you don't need too many materials for this. Basically, you need some colored paper. And you don't even need a whole lot of colors because I don't know what you like on your tacos, but I like lettuce, tomato, cheese, meat, of course, and some salsa. So we're gonna make our tacos like that. I did go ahead and make a lot of my shapes here for my taco just because they do take some time to do, but I'll show you how I did each one of them. So for tomatoes, I just cut these half circles out of some construction paper, but I wanted to make them look a little more realistic. So I took a Sharpie marker and I simply drew some lines so it looks like the inside of a tomato, and then I colored those in a little bit darker and that looked a little more real to me. So that's it for your tomatoes. And next you will want to cut some strips of paper. Some are going to be straight and some will be on the diagonal. But I think we'll do the lettuce first. So I cut some triangles out of some green paper. These are probably about 3 inches tall. I'm gonna do this next taco a little bit different because I wasn't quite happy with the shell. So you'll see in a second what we're gonna use for that. But anyway, these are about 3 inches tall and I wanted to kind of curl the ends of it. So I just took a pen and I wrapped this around like so, and I tore that a little bit, but that'll be okay. So that just curls up real nice for you. And I've got quite a few of these made. I've got probably 8 pieces of lettuce. So I've got the tomatoes, I've got my lettuce. The next thing I will do is the imitation shredded cheese. So I took yellow construction paper and I cut some strips. I'm gonna say this might be about 8 inches long, but it doesn't matter. You can go ahead and tear it if you want it smaller. And then I just did an accordion fold. So that is simply back and forth and back and forth. And you can do it as small as you can get it, but just keep going with that. Press it down for a crease. And nothing here has to be perfect because we all know that food comes in many shapes and it's not perfect. So there's how that's gonna look. Last thing I made was some salsa. This was a little bit of a challenge to me. I wasn't quite sure how to do this. So I thought, well, you know, this is gonna give the idea. So I got some bright orange paper and once again, I just wrapped it around a pen or a pencil, as tight as I could get it. And curled it, just like you would a ribbon. That's being a little stubborn for me, but you get the idea. So you got a nice little twisty there. The other thing was the meat. So I couldn't quite figure out how to do this, but I thought, well, it's gonna have to be brown, and I didn't think I wanted to tear up a whole bunch of little pieces because they wouldn't stand up like I needed them to. So I just cut some triangles, and I'll show you how we're gonna put this together here in a minute. Let's get this done here. And then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so we've got that. Well, like I said, I wasn't really happy with this this white taco shell because it didn't look real to me. And so I thought, and I really like corn tortilla shells too. I don't know if you do, but I thought, well, okay, I've got all of these paper towel rings, and I'm just gonna use one of those. So I cut these into circles right off the roll, and it already had a nice curve to it. And then I folded it in half. I've got a glue stick here. Whoops. And I'm just gonna glue this down to my background, my stand, I guess I should call it. I'll put one here. Press this down for a minute too. It doesn't stick immediately. So there's one, and here's the other one, because everybody needs at least 2 tacos, don't you think? All right, so there's the second one. I think that'll work. Now, the first thing I put in was the taco meat. So these are just little triangles that I cut out, and then I simply folded a little flap at the bottom so I would have a place to put some of my glue. And this is not a real exacting art, guys. You just wanna pop those in there wherever they'll fit. Like I said, once again, you gotta hold them down for a second. You can kind of let some spill out of the shell here. I think this would be a kind of an interesting conversation piece that you could have on your desk or on your table, or maybe make this and give it to a friend for a surprise. So you'll need quite a few of these. I'll just do 1 taco here because that'll give you the idea, but you're gonna need some to stick down there in the bottom and fill that up. So I'm gonna say you'll probably need a good 10 or maybe even 12. So these, you know what I'm gonna do is just take and flip those down in there just to fill up some of that space. This one will glue. Hi, Miss Perry.
Hello. I heard everybody needs 2 tacos.
Everybody does need, so I made one for you and one for me, okay?
All right.
All right. I'll tell you a secret. We've already had brownies today, so it might be a good day for tacos too. Okay, I think that looks good for the meat. So let's see, what would you put in next? I would probably put in the lettuce. So these, and you don't even have to glue everything down. You can kind of just tuck these things in here. They'll stay pretty well for you. Just put a few pieces in there. By the time you get all this in, you won't even see the bottom of your shell, so you'll be good. Is that at a good angle for you to see? Okay, this part I really like because it's nice and colorful. And I am going to glue these down. So we'll put some glue right on the edge there and kind of tuck that in so it's sticking up. I don't think Taco Bell has anything on us today. Put another one over here. Take that out for a minute. And we'll save this one for the other taco. I think it needs just 1 more lettuce. I want to get this nice and full. So we'll put that right here. And then we'll put some cheese on it. Just kind of lay that on top, tuck it in. Let's do extra cheese on here. This little guy doesn't want to stay. Here we go. And to finish it off, we'll put the salsa on top. All right, there you go. We've got one done. Looks almost good enough to eat, doesn't it? So you finish. All right, well, here's how my tacos turned out. Now I'm really hungry. I don't know about you, but that's got my tummy growling. I may have to have tacos for dinner tonight. I hope you had a good time. I did. I always do. Being here making these fun things with you. Next week, we're going to try something food related again, but it's going to be actually food that we can eat. So get ready for that. I'll see you on Thursday nights at 7:00 p.m. on Facebook, and you can always tune into our YouTube channel to watch as well. Take care, have a great evening, be safe. Bye-bye.